22-yard line.
The hard! 180!
51. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Jahan, 180!
Hey, let's calm down.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Double dog, that's the way.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're running it.
Cousins gives way to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football, overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Listen to me.
Out.
Where's the hard?
From the 41, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing, Cousins. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Jahan, 180!
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Where's the hard?
From the red zone now, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a...
And it'll be intercepted. picked off by Avonte Maddox. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 27, Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. 11 yards there, first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
74. Hey, box drop.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
This is Howard on second down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 280!
Watch the out.
Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2 kill.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The Vikings take
Let's go, baby.
1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, keep it up.
Cousins now. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, yo.
Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Watch the run.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. 65.
Hey, touch.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. First and 10 at the 18.
Switch up.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Get in the weight room. Watch safety creep. Watch
Leave it. Bring up 48.
safety's creeping. 58's the money. 58's the money. Yeah.
Gun.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a first down coming up. A first carry for Samaje Perine, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I'm here all day. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Black.
We got 4. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Silver.
Now Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Well, later tonight, we have more football. Sunday night football, a good one out west. Steelers and Chargers might see equal amounts of black and gold mixed with a powder blue in the stands for that one. And then tomorrow, Monday night football, Detroit and Green Bay battle in the NFC North from Lambeau Field. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Go. 180.
Who that? Where's 52? Watch 52.
Trey 15.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Bravo.
52.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz rolling to his right. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
You've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Hey, high 7.
They'll try again with Howard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Wentz will keep it. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check your hot read.
Ringo. Hey, Alpha. Where's the hot?
Throwing is Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Gun.
Motion, check. Shift.
Handoff comes to Cook. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Five.
Watch the slack, watch the slack. Watch the slack.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Not here.
On third down, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
That's good.
Black.
First down.
Hey, Delta.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cousins now from the 50. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you.
Gun.
Check 43.
Back to the ground, Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 24, check 24.
Check 4.
58 the mic, 58.
Leave it. Ring up, 48.
Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Watch the run.
Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that will help him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check curls. Hold goal.
Whip.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Wentz to throw. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Riddick on the screen. And he loses the football a second time.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
He's cracked. He's checking crack.
On the give, running right is Howard. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Wentz going to throw. Now they set up the screen for Clement. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch your lane.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Easy work. It's coming again.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Down and man inside. Down and man.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
He's coming. Two jet.
They go with Howard again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go, fellas.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Tyson. Two jet. Here, sit.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
Stand.
Here we go. Check.
Again, it's Howard. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it all. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Cousins. Looking long for Westbrook. He's got him in, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Minnesota. 53 yards.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. Cook able to escape. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Every day, any day.
Gun. Hey, no, easy. Go. Where's your hot?
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on its toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
What's that?
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The 1st run for the backup, Abdullah. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Amir Abdullah his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
You go tight. You exit. You got tight right there. Kill. 40, 82, 40.
They begin the drive with Howard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and very short, Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Grade 15. Grade 15. Grade 5-2. Come here.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. They run it again with Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Two. Watch twitch. Wide. 300. Hey, wahoo! Wait the hot!
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground here at Sanders. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking with those big behemoths starting to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Running with Howard. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
From the 38, Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They run, Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Haywood.
58, Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Good route here.
To throw, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Matt Wild now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Stretch play left with Howard. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game and trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. 15 yards on the play. First down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check nine.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Hey, Foxtrot!
Yo.
Listen!
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here.
Mike 37.
First down, here's Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Derek Barnett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Gun!
Wide, get wide.
Listen to me.
Cousins from his end zone on 3rd down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He's checking.
Gun! Hey, King! Can't.
58, boy, 58. 58 is Mike.
Hey, orbit.
58 is Mike, 58. 58 is Mike.
Don't let him breathe.
4th down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Show it, yo. Smooth.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Hey, flipper. Check hot route. Hot. Gun. Motion.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
It's going to be a long day.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 20.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Shift. Watch the shift. 6.7. No. Off.
They'll run on 1st down. Howard. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
At the 45-yard line.
Go.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Check. 52's the Mike. 52's the Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 52, Mike 52.
Wentz to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They start the drive with Cook. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect the pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big